For example, to find a user's profile on specific social media sites, an attacker might use a command like usify.pi in Mark Zuckerberg, p Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Key footprinting and scanning tools, OSINT framework. The OSINT framework is a web-based collection of open-source intelligence tools. It organizes a vast number of free resources into a logical, tree-like structure, making it easier for security professionals to conduct automated reconnaissance and intelligence gathering. The framework uses a simple legend to classify the tools. T, a tool that must be installed locally. D, a pre-formatted Google search query, Google Dork. RE, a service that requires user registration. T, a URL that requires manual editing to include the search term. ReconDog. ReconDog is a comprehensive tool designed for basic information gathering. It utilizes APIs from various services to collect intelligence on a target system. Its features include host and network analysis, performs WHOIS and NS lookups, reverse IP lookups, and subdomain discovery. Security probing, conducts TCP port scans and checks for honeypots using Shodan. Technology identification, detects over 400 content management systems, CMS, and more than 1,000 web technologies. BillCypher. BillCypher is a versatile information gathering script for websites or IP addresses that runs on any operating system with Python and Ruby support. It combines multiple functions like DNS lookups, port scanning, and host finding to collect critical data about a target. Other notable footprinting tools include the Harvester, TIST3 Inspector, and Raccoon. Footprinting countermeasures. Organizations can take several actions to defend against footprinting and minimize their public information exposure. Key defense strategies. Establish strong policies. Implement strict security policies that regulate the information employees can share. This includes restricting access to social media on corporate networks and conducting regular security awareness training to educate staff on social engineering tactics. Secure web and network infrastructure. Configure web servers to prevent information leakage by disabling directory listings and banner grabbing. Use split DNS to separate internal and external DNS information and restrict DNS zone transfers. Employ VPNs, proxies, and firewalls to obscure internal IP addresses. Manage public information. Limit the amount of sensitive data published on websites, in press releases, or in annual reports. Use privacy services for WHOIS records to hide direct contact information. Regularly perform footprinting on your own organization to find and remove any sensitive data that has been exposed. Control geolocation data. Disable geotagging on all company devices and instruct employees to avoid sharing their location or travel plans on social media. Module summary and transition. This module covered the core concepts and objectives of footprinting. We explored various techniques for gathering information, including using search engines, web services, social media, and email headers. The chapter also detailed WHOIS, DNS, and network footprinting, as well as the use of social engineering. Finally, we reviewed essential footprinting tools and the countermeasures organizations can implement to defend against these activities. The next module will focus on network scanning, the subsequent phase where an attacker or security professional probes a target network for active systems and potential entry points. Network scanning, objectives and concepts. After initial reconnaissance, the next step is to find an entry point into the target network. Scanning is a more aggressive form of reconnaissance used to identify active systems, running services, and configuration weaknesses. What is network scanning? Network scanning is a set of procedures for identifying live hosts, open ports, and services on a network. It's a critical intelligence gathering phase that helps an attacker create a detailed profile of the target organization, including IP addresses, operating systems, and system architecture. The main goal is to discover exploitable communication channels. Types of scanning: port scanning identifies open TCP and UDP ports on a target system to determine which services are running and potentially vulnerable. Network scanning discovers which hosts are active on a network to map its live systems. Vulnerability scanning uses automated tools to check a system for known weaknesses and misconfigurations that can be exploited. Objectives of network scanning: discover live hosts and their open ports. Identify the operating system and system architecture, fingerprinting. Find services running on the target systems. Detect known vulnerabilities that can be used for an attack. TCP communication. Understanding TCP is essential for network scanning, as many techniques manipulate its communication flags. TCP flags. The TCP header contains 6 control flags that manage connections. CEN, synchronize. Initiates a connection between two hosts. ACK, acknowledge. Confirms receipt of a packet. PSH, push. Tells the receiving system to immediately pass the data to the application. YARG, urgent. Marks data as urgent, instructing the system to process it with priority. FIN, finish. Signals that the sender has no more data to transmit, initiating the close of a connection. RST, reset. Aborts a connection in response to an error. Attackers often use this flag to probe for open ports. The three-way handshake, TCP, establishes a connection using a three-way handshake. The source sends a SYN packet to the destination. The destination responds with a SYN ACK packet. The source replies with an ACK packet, establishing the connection. Data transfer continues until one side sends a FEN or RST packet to terminate the session. Scanning tools: Map and Map, Network Mapper, is a free, open-source utility for network discovery and security auditing. It sends specially crafted packets to a target and analyzes the responses to discover hosts, open ports, running services, and operating systems. It's a foundational tool for both network administrators and attackers. HPing2, HPing3 HPing is a command line packet crafting tool for TCP/IP protocols. It can send custom packets and is used for advanced network testing, including firewall testing and auditing, advanced tracer route and OS fingerprinting, probing for services on hosts that block standard ICMP pings, performing various scan types such as ACK, UDP, and SYN scans. Other key tools: Metasploit, an open-source framework for penetration testing that includes numerous scanning and exploitation modules. NetScan Tools Pro, a commercial toolkit for network troubleshooting and reconnaissance that bundles many utilities for discovering devices and gathering information. Mobile Scanning Tools, IP Scanner, iOS, scans a local network to identify all active devices. Thing, Android, iOS, a popular app that discovers all devices connected to a Wi-Fi network and provides details like IP and MAC addresses. Network Scanner Android identifies active hosts and their details within a specified address range on a network.